Hello students, welcome to Sreenath Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about stars and the solar system, which is the 17th chapter from 8th class science subject. So I am Karthik. We are creating videos on all chapters from class 1 to class 12. So please do subscribe our channel. Also like our videos, share our videos. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get the immediate updates from us. We also provide the tuitions. Please use them. So for that, please go to the description. Without wasting time, we are going to start this chapter, and which is the stars and the solar system, which is the 17th chapter. So we will see the overview of this chapter. So Pahli and Bajjo, what happens with they went to their grandpa's village, and during the night they have seen the clear cloudless sky, and so many stars are there, so many brightening objects are there in the sky, and they are going their discussion regarding the sky, night sky. Okay students, so we are going to discuss about the moon, and we are going to discuss about moon clearly and the moon surface, and about the stars. That is the second topic. We are going to discuss about that, and after completing about that, we are going to discuss about constellations. Okay, and after discussing about the constellations, we are going to discuss about the solar system. In the solar system there is sun, planets, okay, and everything is there. Mercury is there, Venus is there, and Earth is there, moon, Mars is there, Jupiter, and so many things. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune is there. And fifth topic is about some other members of the solar system. Those are the asteroids and the comets. Okay, and about the meteorites and meteoroids and the artificial satellites which we send to the space. So this is the end of the chapter, and this is the overview of the chapter, students. So we are going to discuss this chapter clearly now. How many of you are interested to know about the universe, to know about the sky, to know about the clear night sky objects in the space? Okay students, stars and the solar system, this is our present chapter. So if you look at the clear sky, suppose if it is in the village, it is good, so you can clearly see the night sky. But in the cities, due to so much of lightings and the pollution, you may not see the clear sky. But in the villages, you can see the clear night sky, and you may observe many things. Okay, the observation is very good in the villages, friends. Okay, so in the dark sky, you can see there is a moon and many stars are there, students. So the moon, the brightest object in the sky, students, and the planets and the remaining stars. So all these are called as the celestial objects. What are those celestial objects? And the study of the celestial objects is called as the astronomy. Okay students, so in the ancient India, our ancestors having so many methodologies, theories, so much some knowledge is there regarding the astronomy, students. So now we will start our discussion regarding the moon. Have you seen the moon today or yesterday? If not, just go today's night and try to observe the moon. So if you observe the moon carefully, does it is same every night? No. If you see every day, its shape and its shape is changing. Okay students, so on some days it is very bright, okay, and on some days it is having the full circle is there, and it is called as the full moon. It is the full moon, so where whole moon is visible to us. Okay students, but after full moon is observed to you, some part is going on decreasing, so the size will decrease, size will decrease, and finally you will know there is no moon. So that day is called as the new moon day. That is our new moon day. Later its size starts increasing, and like this happens, and again you will get full moon. So these are the different stages of the moon, students. How much time it takes for the overall this cycle is approximately more than 29 days, greater than 29 days. That is simply we say that it is month. In some calendars it is they are noted as 1 month, students. Okay. And so after this big full moon, small portion will appears, and it is called as the crescent moon. Okay, students. So on the 15th day, once again you will get the full moon. Okay, students, full view. So these are the phases of the moon during a month, students. Okay. And so many festivals are linked to this moon and its moon shapes, whether it is full moon or it is the new moon or it is the crescent moon, like that, students. Examples are Diwali is celebrated on the new moon day, and the Buddha Purnima and Guru Nanak's birthday are celebrated on the full moon day, and Mahasivaratri is celebrated on the 13th night of waning moon, and 8th Ufittar is it is also celebrated on one of the recent moon day. Okay, students, like that happens. And why the moon is having different phases, students? Okay, why and what we have discussed previously is that, students, moon will not produce its own light, but the light coming from the sun will falls on the moon and it is reflected back into the earth. So the light we see on moon is because of the reflection of the light. So what happens is the light comes from the sun, falls on the moon, and whenever it is the night on the earth, the light rays will reflect back to the earth. So during the day also the light rays may come, but in the brightness of the sun we can't observe the brightness of the moon. So that's why during the night, as there is no brightness of the sun in the night, at that time as moon is here, so we can observe the brightness of the moon which is coming to the earth in the nights. That's why moon is there. So, and how its cycle changes, if you see, when it is at this position, okay, so we can see the half of the moon. When it is like that, so small part, so if you see, when it is completely opposite to us, we can't see the moon. But whenever it is come to this area, we can see a small portion of the moon. When it comes to this area, we can see half of the moon. We can see coming to this area, we can see 75% of the moon. Whenever it comes to here, we can see the full moon. So it is the full moon day, and it is the new moon day. Okay, students. And at this some is disappeared, and at this half is, and at this so much of it is disappeared, like that happening, students. Okay, like that the moon is revolving around the earth. Okay, so the moon is revolving around its own axis, and it is also revolving around the earth. So for complete cycle, for one complete revolution around the earth, it takes 1 month. Okay, so at the time of 1 month rotation, it also rotates about its own axis also. Okay, students, like that happens. So earth is there, sun is there, and moon is there. Okay, students, like that's happening. And a moon surface, so we may think that moon is so good like that, but our scientist has gone to the moon, okay, on July 21, 1969. Okay, according to the Indian time, the American astronaut Neil Armstrong so landed on the moon for the first time. So he was followed by Edwin Aldrin. Okay, he is the one who stepped on the moon at the first time. So the moon surface is like that. There is no water, there is no atmosphere, there are so many holes, and there are so many mountains, and its surface is not smooth, its surface is not good. So many rough surface is there, not good for mankind, students. Okay, so we can have many stories regarding the moon, that moon is very good like that, but here the moon is not good, whether the moon is not smooth. Okay, it is its surface is not that much of good. And next thing is about the stars. So second, so if you go to the see the clear night sky, the first thing which is brightening is the moon. After that you will see many lakhs of small dots. These are the stars which are brightening, which are illuminating, and their brightness sometimes changes also. So sun is also a star, but sun is looking very big, but stars are looking very dot. Why? Because means suppose if you are having a football, when it is here, it is big. When it is going 100 meters ago, very long distance, it is like a small. Like that, as the stars are very long distance, that's why they are appearing as very small dots, friends. Okay, that's why they are looking very small. The sun, our sun is nearly how much, this much of kilometers distance, 150 million kilometers distance from us. Remaining stars are very long distance. Okay, students. So in fact, the stars are also present in the daytime also, but on the brightness, before the brightness of the sun, the stars brightness is very less, as they are very long, so we can't observe the stars because of the sun, which is very brighter. No, that is the happening, students. Okay, and some prominent stars of the group of stars in the sky for about 2 hours. So try to observe the 2 more hours the sky, then you will observe some of the prominent stars, friends. Okay, so and you will observe that stars are moving from east to west. Okay, so a star which rises in the east in the evening. So what you think is, star will rises in the east in the evening and sets in the west in the early morning. This what you observe. But what happens, suppose just think, if you are going in a moving train, just you have seen left, what happens, it looks like that trees are going back, vehicle or the buildings are going back. But what is the fact, that the trees are going back? No, you are moving forward. So whenever you are moving forward, it looks like trees are going back. At the same time, it is appearing that stars are moving from east to west, which means stars are not moving from east to west, but you are moving from west to east. That's why they are appearing as moving from east to west, friends. That is happening here. Okay, so if you want a good knowledge about it, suppose take an umbrella and make some paper stars and attach or like this, and attach some star at the center and rotate it. So observe any star. So if by rotating it, what you observe is this star are rotating from east to west or anything, but there is a star at the center which is not rotating, looks like. But what does it mean is that stars are not rotating, but that umbrella is rotating. Okay, so here also we are on the earth, and the stars are not rotating, as the earth is rotating. As the earth is rotating, like as here the umbrella is rotating, that's why stars are rotating. Actually stars are not rotating, they are at their own position only. Because of the umbrella rotation, you are visible like that. Like that we are on the earth, as the earth is rotating. We are on the rotating earth, which means if you are in the umbrella, okay, then you will also rotate. Like that the stars are rotating. But if you observe some star, pole star, which is on the straight of the which is like just center of the umbrella, which is straight on us, that's why it does not looks like rotating. Okay, students, that is happening here. So this is about the stars. Next thing is about constellations. Look at the sky for some more time, so you will observe some groups of stars. Okay, so try to make some groups, and you will observe some shapes of the stars, group of stars. So the stars forming a group that has a recognizable shape. If some group of stars are there and they are having some shapes, then they are called as constellation. Okay, so in the night sky you can easily observe some constellations, students. Okay, but for this what we have to do is we have to look for the particular constellation, how it looks like, and you have to know where it looks, where it finds and how it looks, then you can observe this, students. Okay, these are the some of the constellations. Okay, if you see here, it is like lion, so it is like a warrior and a woman shooting. So like that, these are the constellations. Okay, they're having some shapes. Okay, so some in the summertime, in the early part of night, you can observe the Ursa Major. This is one of the constellation, students. Okay, and it is also called as the Big Dipper. Okay, that Great Bear also, it is also called as Great Bear. It is like that. Okay, students. So and there are 7 prominent stars also in this constellation. Okay, so they are looking like a big ladle or a question mark, students. Okay, so in the ancient constructions, so many mythological stories are there associated with these constellations. And if you see, that is the pole star, and it is the Ursa Major, and it is the pole star. So these are different constellations we are having. And next thing is Orion is another well-known constellation, students. Okay, you can observe it is in the winter season in the late evenings. Okay, students, and it is the most one of the magnificent constellations in the sky, students. Okay, so it is also having 7 or 8 bright stars, 7 or 8 bright stars, students. So Orion is also called as the hunter. He is like a hunter. Okay, they are having 7 bright stars. Okay, students, so these are arranged like in quadrilateral. So another thing is the star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky. Okay, students, so it is closest to the Orion. So how do you can look at the Sirius is that, students? So first imagine a straight line passing through the middle star of Orion. Okay, middle star of the Orion, straight line. Okay, and this line towards the east you have to look, then you will find out that star, students. Next, Cassiopeia is another type of prominent constellation, students, in the northern sky. Okay, so during the winter, in the early part of the night, you can observe this. It looks like a distorted letter W. That is about my constellation, students. Okay, that's it. Now we'll discuss about the fourth topic, which is solar system. So it is, our solar system is so big, students. We are having the sun and the planets and the meteoroids and the comets and so many things, students. We will discuss about each. And the 8 planets we are having in addition to the Earth. So first planet is the Mercury, and next is the Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, students. So sun, which is the nearest star to us, and it is very bright, very big. It is continuously sending the light energy and heat energy, which is the source of energy for us on the earth, students. Okay, next thing is the planets. So these look like the stars, but they will not radiate any light or energy, students. Just they will reflect them. Okay, and these planets will revolve around the sun, students. Okay, and the orbit they the path they follow to rotate is called as the orbit, students. The time taken by a planet to complete one revolution is called as the period of revolution. And in addition, as the distance from the sun increases, period of revolution also increases. And in addition to the revolution, the planets will rotate about their own axis like this top. So, and it is called as the rotation, and its period is called as the period of rotation. Okay, for us, one day means that is rotating about its own axis. It takes one day. And for us, 1 year means that rotating around the revolving around the earth, it takes 1 year. Okay, and some planets are having the moons or the satellites around them. So satellite is any celestial body revolving around another celestial body is called as the satellite. So earth is maybe called as a satellite for sun, but for now we'll discuss, or we will name satellite for the not for the planets but for the remaining satellites. Okay, friends, so coming to this, we will discuss about the Mercury, which is the first planet nearest to the sun, friends. So it is the smallest, and we can it is very close, and for a very small time we observe these, students. Okay, and it is also difficult to see this. So why? Because means it is very near to sun, so we cannot on the brightness of sun we cannot observe this. Okay, and it is also observed near the sunset, near before the sunrise or after the sunset, and it is near the horizon only, where there is no trees or buildings like that, students. And next thing is the Mercury is not having any satellite. Venus, it is the second planet, and it is the brightest planet in the night sky. Sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky before the sunrise, and sometimes appears in the western sky just after sunset. So it is also called as the morning or evening star, friends. So it is not also star, but it is appears in the night sky. So Venus is also has no moon or satellite. Okay, students. And rotation of Venus is somewhat confusing. So it is rotating its own axis, unusual. Sometimes east to west, sometimes west to east. And next thing is the Earth, and which is our planet, which is the third planet, and which is the only planet where the life exists. And it is because of some special environmental conditions are provided to our Earth only, students. Okay, our Earth is only having special environmental conditions. Because of those special environmental conditions, we can and there is life existing on the earth, but till now there is no life on any other planets found it out. So how these special environmental conditions are obtained to this, no one knows about this, but so many theories are there, but no one knows about this. But earth is having some special features, some special condition, that is it is at the right distance from the sun, and so that it will get right temperature, and there is a atmosphere, and there is the water, and there is a blanket of ozone is there. Okay, from the space, the Earth looks like blue-green due to the reflection of the light from the surface of the Earth and from the surface of the what? Moon, water, students. The axis of rotation of Earth is not perpendicular to the orbit, students. It is somewhat tilted. That's why there are several seasons on the Earth, students. Okay, Earth is having the Moon as a satellite. Next thing is the Mars. It is also called as the red planet. Okay, students, it is outside the orbit of the Earth, students, and it is having two small natural satellites. Okay, and Elon Musk's target is to reach the Mars. Okay, students, before he dies. So one of the beautiful target. Next thing is the Jupiter, which is the largest planet. So we can place almost 1300 Earths on Jupiter planet, students. Okay, so but mass of the Jupiter is 318 times the mass of the Earth, students. It will rapidly rotates on its own axis, students, and it is also having large number of the satellites. It is having the faint rings around it, so we can recognize Jupiter as a quite bright in the sky. And with the help of telescope, we can see, and it is also having four of its large moons. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4 large moons. And next thing is the Saturn, which appears yellowish in color and which is the unique in solar system, that it is having beautiful rings around it. Okay, and we cannot observe this with naked eye, but using a small telescope we can observe it, and it is the having large number of satellites. And next thing is about the Saturn is that it is having least dense among all other planets. Okay, and next thing is the Uranus and Neptune. These are the outermost planets, friends. With the help of large telescopes only we can see this. And these Venus and Uranus also rotates from east to west, and Uranus slightly tilted more than half, so that it is like rolling around the sun, like that happens, students. So the first four planets are called as, from Mercury to Mars, are called as the inner planets, and remaining are the outer planets, students. Okay, and some other members of the solar system, those are the asteroids. So there is a large gap between the orbits of the Mars and the Jupiter. There is, in that gap there is a large number of small objects, okay, revolving around the sun. These are called as the asteroids, students. Okay, and comets are also the members of our solar system. They will have high elliptical orbits. Okay, their period of revolution is very long, students, and a comet appears like a bright head with a long tail. Bright head with long tail. The length of the tail grows in size as it approaches the sun. As it is approaching the sun, its tail increases in size. Okay, the tail of a comet is always direct away from the sun. The tail of a comet is always direct away from the sun. Okay, so these are the different positions of the comet. So many comets are known to appear periodically. One such comet is Halley's Comet, students. Okay, which appears nearly every 76 years. So in your lifetime you can see only for one time, students. Okay, it is last seen in 1986. Okay, that is the case. And next thing is the meteoroids and meteoroids. Sometimes if you see in the night sky, some bright objects came and they will suddenly flash off. Okay, Why? Because means these are the meteorites. So some masses comes from outside of the space, enters into the Earth's atmosphere, but due to the air resistance and due to the friction, so of the atmosphere, they will burn up in the atmosphere. They will burn up in the atmosphere. That's why sometimes they will like glows, and after that they will becomes dark. But some are having very high masses, even though they are burning, they will come and hit the earth. These are called as the meteorites. That is the difference between meteorites and it. Next thing is the artificial satellites. Like the natural satellites, we are also sending the artificial satellites to rotate around the earth for many purposes, like technologicals, to for study more about the universe or about the earth, like that, students. Okay, so they will rotate about the earth, students. Okay, many man-made. India has built and launched several artificial satellites. Aryabhatta was the first Indian satellite, students, and some other are INSAT, IRS, Kalpana, EduSat. These are the satellites, natural artificial satellites. Okay, they're used for forecasting weather and the transmitting television radio signals, students. Okay, for telecommunication. So these are the artificial satellites. That's it, students. So finally our chapter is completed. Chapter completed. Hope you have understood well. You have understood well, students. Now we'll start the summary of this session. So don't forget to subscribe our channel. So we'll share our channel. Use the tuition, students, make use of them. We're providing them. And next thing is about solar system summary. So celestial objects are the objects which appear in the night, and the study of them is the astronomy. And the moon, it is having different phases like full moon and a new moon, and it takes 29 days. And next thing is about the moon surface is not good, it is rough, like that, students. Okay, not smooth. And the stars are bright. Stars are the brighter objects, so they are at very long distances. And their glow, they're upping to move from east to west, but actually they're not moving, we are only moving. And pole star appears not moving. And constellations are some group of stars which are having specific shapes, and these are the constellations. And Ursa Major is one of the constellation, and Orni and Orion is another constellation, Cassiopeia is another constellation. And the solar system, coming to the sun and the planets, sun is the center and it is the brightest star. We have discussed about the planets revolve around the earth. Period of revolution is increases as the distance increases. Period of rotation, and we have discussed it clearly about the all planets, and earth is the one of the planet we are having on it. In addition to it, we are having 7 other planets. And there are asteroids between the gap between the Mars and Jupiter. And comets having high elliptical orbits, takes long time. And next about meteoroids are the substances which hit artificial satellites, we have discussed about. Finally, our summary is also completed, students. All the best for your future exams. Have a nice day. Bye bye, students.